Jeffet can go ahead since he's around, so that we don't keep waiting. When Grace comes, she will take her topic. But I think, Jeffet, you can go ahead with your presentation if you are ready.
So, okay, are you free?
Jeffet, are you there?
Yes, ma.
Okay, I think you can go ahead with your presentation if you are ready. You have 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to do your presentation.
Okay, I'll be brief. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon.
My assignment question is to discuss any anti-corruption law in Nigeria. And I produce this work with a slide. After the class, I will be dropping it. Introduction. Corruption remains one of the most pressing challenges affecting governance, economic development, and public trust in Nigeria. It manifests in various forms, including bribery, embezzlement, nepotism, and abuse of office, and has deeply eroded institutional effectiveness and citizen confidence in public administration. In response to this pacific problem, the Nigerian government has enacted several laws and established institutions aimed at curbing corrupt practices and promoting transparency and accountability. Oh, gee. One of the most significant of these legal instruments is Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses Act 2000, which leads to the creation of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses Commission, ICPC. This is getting from the work of Adam Magashi, 2024, I mean to say. One of the key anti-corruption laws in Nigeria is Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses. This law established the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offense Commission, which is one of the main bodies responsible for fighting corruption in Nigeria, as asserted by Ogundeji, 2024. Overview of the ICPC Act 2000. Purpose of this act, the primary aim of the ICPC Act is to prohibit and punish corrupt practices and other related offenses in public and private sectors. It promotes integrity and accountability in the conduct of public affairs. Key provisions. Prohibition of corrupt practices. The Act criminalizes acts like bribery, gratification, abuse of office, and undue influence by public officers. Second, it has duty to report corruption. Public officers are required to report cases of bribery or attempt thereof. Equally, its duty spread to assets declaration. The Act mandates public officers to declare their assets and liabilities properly. Offenses and penalties. Conviction ordered under the Act can lead to imprisonment, fines, and forfeiture of assets like assets gained through corrupt practices. Powers of the ICPC. It investigates allegations or reports of corruption, prosecute offenders in court, educate and the public on and foster support for anti-corruption efforts. It examines public institutions' practices to reduce corruption opportunities. Notable achievements and challenges. Achievements. The ICPC has conducted several investigations and secure conviction of public officials. It has carried out public enlightenment campaigns and integrity programs in schools and government offices. Challenges. Limited funds and manpower is one. Overlapping functions with other anti-corruption bodies like the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, political interference, and delay in judicial processes. Conclusion. The ICPC Act 2000 is a vital component of Nigeria's legal framework for combating corruption. Secondly, while progress has been made, the effectiveness of the law depends heavily on strong political will, proper enforcement, and continual public engagement. Richard and Okechukwu 2015. Thank you. This is my presentation. Hello.
Yes. Okay, so the essence is to discuss an anti-corruption law in Nigeria. So the discussion is made. And let me ask before any other member of the class will want to. So from your examination of the ICPC Act, can you practically say that the ICPC Act has contributed in reducing corruption in Nigeria, practically speaking? And if no, why? What are the act itself we want to see? Has it contributed in reducing corruption in Nigeria?
Yes, I'll first and foremost agree with that. The core objective of establishing it is not defeated. That is number one. Because it has succeeded in bringing erring or offenders to book by investigating cases that they have given us. They have given us a little of their. They have given us a little of their contribution to curing this menace. But on the side of no, is that the challenges I have stated here earlier of limited funding and manpower, overlapping function with other anti-corruption bodies like EFCC. With the establishment of EFCC, which has almost conflicting or uh, has conflicting responsibilities with ICPC, reduce the strength or the result that ICPC would have given us to a lowest bearers minimum. The fact is, when I think the policymakers who, or let me say, the legislative body that came up with the establishment of ICPC Act were not careful or were not ready in a way to fashion up this act. It is the reason going uh, going back to the drawing board, they discovered that EFCC, Economic and Finance Crime Commission, will be more effective than ICPC because from my observation, I discovered ICPC was hammered more on corruption. Corruption could be channeled through abuse of power. It may not be finance crime commission. And basically, when people amass power, then they are prone to go to extra mile, and the desire of people to get getting wealth or get rich fast has driven us to the need of fashioning out an act which at a later time establish EFCC, which is Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. This one deals basically, it equally has the overlapping role of dealing with the rules that ICPC was previously handling, and it is giving more strength now. It has overlapped in totality the role of ICPC, relegating it down to a mere act than as it was established to handle corruption cases, as most of the corruption cases internationally are being uh, handled now by the EFCC, just like the cases of the finance, the then the then aviation minister at GESO, yes, Alison Madikwe, and host of other cases that are ordinarily are supposed to be handled by ICPC. EFCC has taken them up. I think that is the contribution I have related to the much we have not seen from ICPC, though they have contributed to eradicate or uh, reduce crime in the country. But this was prior to the establishment of EFCs, as EFCC has come more prompt now, has come to come as an agency or an act that is established to fight corruption. They are more on the front burner of fighting corruption now than ICPC. That is my contribution or knowledge. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, are you with me?
Yes, ma.
Okay, so Jeffed, I was saying, okay, I think you are done, we are moving to the next presentation. So I was asking, I can see Bashir Lawan in the class. Are you prepared with your presentation?
Yes, ma.
Okay, so you can go ahead. You have 10 to 15 minutes. We couldn't start
Okay.
as scheduled, so let's make much progress as much progress as we can.
And Grace is also in the class now.
Yes, no problem. Let Bashir go ahead. Go ahead.
It's okay.
Yes, Mr. Bashir Lawan, we are waiting for you.
Yes, ma. I want to open the slide.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon.
Okay. I remember Sheila Ongwinti. I'm presenting on the impact of corruption on social standard in Nigeria. So I will start by telling you what social standard means. So, meaning of social standards. Social standard commonly accepted rules, behaviors, and values in our society, and it guide interaction and maintain social order. And it is unwritten rule or what is right slash wrong or acceptable or unacceptable. So we have example of social standard which are greeting someone politely, we have respecting elders, we have dressing appropriately in the public, and we have helping someone in need. And we have importance of social standard. So it promotes social harmony by guiding behavior. It prevents conflict through shared expectation. It fosters respect among diverse people. It supports inclusion by encouraging fairness and equality. So we are moving on to impact of corruption on social standard in Nigeria. So from here, I have it. It causes erosion of trust in institution. That is, it corruption reduces public trust in government and services. It breaks down social contract and belief in fairness. So what this erosion of trust in institution is telling us about is that, for example, like how our country is moving. So it brings about there are so many lapses that are going on in the country. So it removes that honest in the public that are what that are in the country. So you will see that what the leaders are only behind what they will get, so they don't care about what is going on in the country, so or what will harm the citizen of the country. So number two, we have deterioration of public services. We have misuse of public funds lead to poor infrastructure. It affects school, hospital, and basic social amenities. And number three, it increases poverty and inequality. That is, corruption favors the wealthy and well-connected. The poor suffers from lack of access to resources and services. And number four, weakening of moral ethical values. So corrupt act, that is the people that are involved in corruption, they sometimes go unpunished or are celebrated. For example, there is one accountant general of the federation. He stole so many trillions of nairas from Nigerian treasury. And after that, when he went back to his locality, they keep on celebrating, not knowing that he harmed a lot of people. That is, he harmed all the citizens of the country. So, and it encourages unethical behavior, especially among youth. So we have the number five, it reduces foreign investment. So when there is high rate of corruption in a country, investors avoid investing in that country, and it brings about economic growth and job creation. It suffers a lot when there is too much of corruption in that country. And number six, brain drain and loss of talent. So talented Nigerians immigrate due to corruption, and the country loses experts who could improve the system. Like what Nigeria is facing now, that is that Jaba syndrome. You will see that a lot of medical practitioners, that is the nurses, the pharmacists, they will be moving out of the country because of what? The country, there is highly corruption in the country. So in conclusion, corruption weakens value and increases inequality. Fighting corruption is the key to building a just and fair society. Thank you.
Okay. Let me also stress the fact that the moment you are done with your presentation, please do well to submit the presentation to the group, because I'm going to take a look at, I told you that our presentation is going to constitute the CA, part of your continual assessment. So please do well to, submit your presentation. I can see Jeff's own. And so please, immediately after that, you do that. Okay, I'm not
Okay,
giving
ma.
room for contribution at this point, so I will bring in Grace to do her own presentation. If you have a question on Bashir Lawan's own, you penned it. I want us to run fast. I have my own, but I will pen it down. So when we are all done, I will go back to that, because why I'm doing that is that we've already taken a presentation on anti-corruption law, and we have severally discussed the impact of corruption on social and development of social standards in the society. So it's an area, that terrain that we are so much familiar with. In one way or the other, we've touched on this terrain before, so we're not put in so much time on that. So we'll be proceeding. I'll call Grace to come in with our presentation. Is she in the class? Yes. So Grace, can you do your presentation, the one that we carried over from yesterday, please? Thank you, Ms. Alawan, for your presentation.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Ma,
you, ma.
for the opportunity. Hello, Ma. Am I being heard? Please, class,
Yes,
can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you, but it appears your volume is quite low. I don't know if others are hearing you well.
Please, class, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma, for the opportunity. I connected, but the network logged me out at some certain points. Okay, thank you. Okay, the question given to me is discuss the concept of social justice and equality. Then what the second question is social justice. Okay, so my response is we are of law, which so law is a very important component here, because that's the entire discussion. It's bordering around law. So the law, in my understanding, it refers to rules and regulation made for the people by the makers of the law, and it goes through several processes to come out as law. So these law ensure a sane and a society where everyone has equal rights. And going further, we have written and unwritten law, and which is binding, is a document that is binding on all the citizens of the country. So whether the cars, the executive, everybody, the law is binding once the person is in that country. So the legal system is charged with the responsibility to ensure quality and equality, equity and justice And during the pre-colonial era, norms and customs were being used in place of laws. And so we have the traditional rulers with their council, which seek to preside on issues that borders around the violation of the norms and customs. And judgment is being delivered in accordance with the norms and culture and norms culture of that particular society. So after the colonial era, the post-colonial era, we had a combination of ours and that of the British law that was merged together, and it was given to us as law. So we have sources of law. We have the common law, which is the English law. We have the Sharia law. We have the Nigerian Constitution, which is also a source of law. We also have textbooks. So these are some sources of law. And so social justice has to do with equity, equality, fairness, right to be heard and treated fairly without discrimination, either based on race, color, religion, gender, disability, or sex. Right to education, right to health care, right to participating in economic, political, and social activities. Social justice also ensure one gets access, fair access to allocated natural resources. Then equality in social justice. Equality here is when each person is seen as equal in the eyes of the law, that is, nobody is above the law. And that the government ensure that this law is what is used to govern the country, the state, or the society. And everybody is seeing that everybody is seen as equal. Okay, so as a result of the social justice, discrimination is not allowed, whether based on gender, race, and all that, like I said earlier. So according to Shetter in 2006, he said that the consideration of social justice rests on core belief that every human being is valuable. Every human being is valuable, and it's not, he didn't just stop there. He also said that health, education, political affiliation, occupation, and other characteristics contribute to this aspect of the social justice. So social justice come into play as a result of injustice being done at someone or a group of people and tribe and all that. So we actually see this in Nigerian situation because sometimes you will discover that somebody will win an election and then you are seeing it via the social media and the report is ongoing, but at the end of the day, the result will be manipulated and it will favor some certain social class. And also, we get to experience in some places where we have maybe a particular religion that is dominated, there are always crises that happen around that particular place, and most times it's religious based. So we will not, without talking about injustice, we will not have social justice. So it is when people do not get justice that social justice comes into play, because that's where we start talking about equality, equity, fairness, and all that. So the injustice, social injustice, is oppression, discrimination, exploitation that is embedded in society beliefs, attitude, enforced by law and social norms. Like, for instance, you gave us an example of a husband beating his wife, and he feels he's doing the right thing, and the society where he comes from back that as his right. And so even in the process, he can beat his wife and then go ahead to have sexual intercourse with her in that state when she has emotional issues. So in that particular state, she's already violated her rights as a human, has been violated. Not only that she was beaten, but he went ahead as per his rights. He doesn't care how she's feeling, going ahead to have intercourse with her. So in another society, it will be regarded as rape, under that particular condition. So barriers to social justice, we have institutional barrier, we have financial, we have corruption, we have language, we have poverty and inequality, we have prejudice, we have indiscrimination. Okay, I've mentioned indiscrimination. So I'm going to send the document to the group. So I might not just explain everything because of time. We also have oppression. So we'll talk about the challenges to social justice. We have racism, we have sexism, we have classism, we have ageism, we also have Semitism. Okay, let me just explain just one or two. So racism is the systematic mistreatment of people based on their race, and sexism, the gap, the gender gap in the difference between men's earning and women's earning. And then we have, okay, I think I should just move fast. Like I said, I'll post it on the group. So, like I said, in my document, I also capture the Constitution, our constitutional rights, and which I'll just mention maybe one or two. Right to life, right of dignity of human person, right to fair hearing. So these are among some of the rights that we have. And we also have that of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which I captured just few here. And he said, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reasons and conscience and should act toward one another in the spirit of brotherhood. Then another one is everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of persons. So we also have the violation of the human rights, which we also look at the marginalized, the less privileged, the children. So when people are marginalized, for instance, maybe somebody is poor and cannot, an injustice was done to a particular person, we have government recognized bodies that ensure that the rights of the people are protected. And we have the NAPTIP, we have civil society, we have the Ministry of Women Affairs, we have we have the industrial courts, depending on the particular case, the issue, if it's bordering about work, is industrial courts. So, and then we also have the conventional courts that deals with those that can afford to pay for the services. So we have the conventional courts, magistrate courts, high courts, courts of appeal, Supreme Court. So depending on the issues for the magistrate court, it has to do with things that borders around the custom, the tradition of the people. So several courts have several issues. So we also have other components that ensure that people get justice. We have mediation, we have negotiation, we have reconciliation, we have ADR. So these are other aspects that ensure that people get justice for their violation of their rights. So the law, the function of the law ensure everyone gets fair hearing and justice. Law promotes law and order. Law ensure offenders are punished and rehabilitated when they have rehabilitated to become better version of themselves in the society. Once released back to the society, they will be able to become good citizens of the country. Then it creates the legal framework for settling disputes. Law helps us to understand who is right and who is wrong. And in concluding, we have ensuring that everyone gets justice. We have centers, like it was mentioned in the lecture in Makodi, that they are in the courts. They deal with issues that maybe borders around when there is a divorce and the people do not want to pursue it legally. So they can bring up the issues there and it's settled to get the custody of the child and all that. So so the activists, they take care of cases of people that are indigent and they do it free of charge. Then legal aid and counselors, they also take cases of the oppressed, people that are oppressed in the society, ensuring free of charge to ensure that these people get justice. Then we have the opportunities. Active participation of the civil society. We're told that we can be part of the lawmaking process. So, and also ensuring sensitization in our communities, to educate them on the importance of sending representative when laws are being made so that they can have a say in the law, and at the end of the day, it will benefit the society and create law and order in the society. So finally, adding to the challenges, we have unfavorable law that doesn't represent the people. We have cultural beliefs. These are some of the challenges that ensure that social justice is not succeeding as it should be. We also have poverty, We have poor knowledge of the law, lack of understanding of the norms and the values of the people. Maybe, for instance, a House of Rep member now that didn't grow up here, grew up abroad, he comes and he was elected into office. We also have issues of bribe, manipulation, to favor court cases, in their favor. And then lack of trust in the legal process. Then we also have insecurity.
Okay, I think
These
Grace tried to
are
round up
some
your
of it.
presentation.
Thank you, ma. I'm done, ma.
Okay.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, I think for the sake of time, we are also going to take the next presentation. Some of the areas are a bit familiar areas that we have touched on severally, so I wouldn't want us to overflog them. So if, like I explained on the group, Ogbu Samson privately reached out to me that he's following the lecture from a very tight environment, so he may not be able to orally present now. So he forwarded his presentation. I already placed it on our WhatsApp group. I would like to give him that opportunity sometime later. So let's keep hope alive for him. So after Ogu Samson, so you can now go through his presentation. It's already on the WhatsApp group. Elizabeth is the next person to present. I can see her in the class. So I don't know if Patricia is around. Somebody has joined the class with Technopova without the original name. So I don't know if that is Patricia. I don't know. Is Patricia in the class? Okay.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Yeah, Elizabeth, just hold on. Who is in the class with the name Technopova? Can you identify yourself, please, so that we know? Okay, Elizabeth, can you go ahead? Go ahead, please.
Okay, good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Obonga. I'm presenting on a topic, how has technology promoted social development in Nigeria? I believe I can be heard.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you too.
Okay. Okay. All right. So before I go further, I would like to define technology as an application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes in industry and in our daily life. Examples of such, we have tools, we have machines, we have techniques, systems, method that we use to solve problems, to improve efficiency, and to enhance human life. And before I go further, I also want to say that technology came to Nigeria through colonial influence, missionary activities, foreign companies, and lots of innovators. And technology has greatly helped us in Nigeria in the following key points. I have here with me communication, how technology has helped us in our communication. It improved access to information, like through our phone, we are able to communicate with one another in different locations. And then under education advancement, an example of this class that we are now is through technology that we are having this class that we are right now. And this technology has greatly helped us in this country because we are no longer going to schools to meet before having our classes. We can have our classes online, and then we also have social connectivity. Because of time, I'm just going to be pinpointing the most relevant key points. So we have social connectivity. Under this social connectivity, we have examples how platforms like WhatsApp, where we have different groups that we communicate. We have Facebook, we have TikTok, how it has helped people to stay connected, share experiences, and promote cultures. Technology has strengthened community building and support network during crisis. Examples, we have NSAS, and then bringing it to Makurdi, our case study, we can talk about the recent protests concerning the Yelewata killings. It was online. People were able to gather information, and before they came together to carry out a physical protest. So I can say that technology has greatly helped us in Nigeria. And I also want to talk about financial inclusion, how technology has developed, or how technology has greatly helped us in this area. Like, for example, we have our banking app where we do our transaction using USSD codes, and we have apps like FinTech, like OPay, MoneyPoint, and other microfinance bank where we use to do our daily activities like transaction effortlessly without going to the bank. And then I want to talk about the medical side, healthcare delivery. We also have telemedicine services, how it allows patients to consult doctors online, reducing traveling and time wait. I will give examples on how apps helped us to track so many of our body system. Like, I will use menstrual cycle as an example. As a woman, we use app like Flow to track our menstrual cycle, especially when you are traveling or when you are out for an activity. You check your app and you discover that, oh, so time I'm supposed to be expecting my menstrual flow, and you will get yourself prepared, and before you know, you are good to go. Then we have also e-governance and civic participation. Government agencies now use online portals for services like tax registration, business licensing, and national identity enrollment. And I have given examples on the NSAS movement and also the protest that was conducted recently in Makurdi, Benue State here. And technology has also helped us in job creation and youth empowerment. I can say as a youth that technology has helped me in some of the skills that I acquire. I must not be there physically to get trained on certain skills. With technology, I can be seated in my home and be undergoing a training online. And I know I'm not just alone in this. So technology has given us job creation as youth and also has empowered us too. And then I want to talk about agricultural development. Like, in this area, farmers receive weather updates and then also market prices and training through agri-tech platform, e.g. Farm Crowdy. And then we also use this to get weather condition, like when it's going to be raining and when the rain will not come. As a farmer, maybe you want to spray your farm with your weather app. You will get to know if it's going to rain or not. Some herbicides may not permit rain, immediately you spray. So with this agricultural development, farmers are inclined on how to go about their farming. And then before I conclude, I want to talk about youth activism and awareness. Technology has empowered youth to engage in advocacy, social justice campaigns, and innovation for community development. As a youth, we must not be gathered in one place before our voices can be heard. Wherever we are, we can just create a platform where we communicate, we advocate, we say a lot of things that will help us as youth, as well as the society too. Then in conclusion, Technology in Nigeria has been a catalyst for inclusive growth, awareness, empowerment, and better quality of life. While challenges like internet costs and poor electricity persist, its role in driving social development is undeniable. Sorry, before I end this, I want to also talk about the challenges that we have in this part of the country. We have a lot of challenges when we talk about technology in some areas, like in rural areas, or in urban area rather. People find it difficult to access the network. So not everyone is positively impacted when it has to do with technology. And then the high cost of data sometimes is so much that not everyone is able to afford it. Like sometimes right now in this country, the high cost of data is increasing on a daily, that even when you subscribe your phone 5,000 naira for a month, it will not even take you for 2 weeks or 1 week. Before you know, the data is gone. So high cost of it is also one of the challenges. And then another challenge we are having in the technology in this other side of the country is the high rates of the app, the gadgets that we need to get connected. Like the handset, the smartphone we use, they are increasing in price on a daily. And then everyone, like we are in this class now, I believe every one of us is supposed to be having a system, a personal system. But because of the high cost of it, not every one of us can afford it. So high cost of gadgets is also one of the challenges that is affecting technology development in social standards. I believe I have come to the end of my presentation. I will send my slides immediately, ma.
Okay, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Your presentation is very impactful. And let me, before we go into discussion, I want to find out, Mr. Joseph, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here, ma'am.
So where is Patricia? Are you in touch with her? I think somebody assured us yesterday that she has got...
Before we joined the group, I saw her trying to join, and then it went out again.
So that's today?
Yes, in today's class.
Okay.
Earlier, she was complaining of her network, that she joined and she couldn't stay on the class. That her network was giving her issues.
Okay, now the person that just spoke, Tina, I can see. Have you been part of this class before? Because I can't see where your presentation.
It's Amos, ma. That's my native
Okay.
name.
All right.
Sorry,
Okay.
ma.
Okay. It's understood. All right. So, Amos, have you? I think one of the things you can also do is to reach out to Patricia and ask her to submit her presentation on the platform. But we are not going to take any quiet presentation from anybody. Everybody that has submitted will look at it, but you are going to present orally. Because I'm going to, this is part of our assessment, and you need to present. This is a postgraduate program. This is not an undergraduate program. So even for something that shared his challenges with us, by the timetable, we are even going to have a physical revision a week to exams. I don't know how many of you are aware of that.
Yes, we were
We
told.
are aware, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
aware. So even if these persons that couldn't present, like Samson gave a cogent reason why he couldn't speak up, is taken, but that presentation is going to be done either online or physical. It's a requirement. This may end up taking higher marks for your assessment than your test, and your tests are going to come up during the week of revision. So I consider this very key. So if Patricia is not available between today and tomorrow, please help me tell her that she will submit her presentation, but she's going to do that presentation during the week of revision. Okay, so In the absence of Patricia at the moment, I want us to take discussions on some of this topic. Now, the one that interests me most is the impact of social media, how technology has impacted social development. And I quite appreciate the presentation that was made. I appreciate every presentation made. You know, we're in the era of ICT where we do a lot of things we have a lot of virtual engagements. Now you could see that when we talk about social development, we are talking about burning issues that affect us in the society. Now, since we have shifted ground from the physical, not that we have left the physical engagement, but we are doing a lot of things online, it has become obvious that the online engagements necessarily have to impact or have impacts. Now, look at the humanitarian crisis that hit Benue recently. We can, we can gauge and feel the impact of, technology on even the presidential visitation on Benue State. Because by my own assessment, it took the visit of the social media influencers in Nigeria who practically and physically visited the site of the genocide, took pictures, interviewed victims and relatives, and escalated it on the social media. I believe strongly that that also contributed greatly to the visit of the president in the state, and which also led to certain pronouncements, and drew the attention of the international community to what is actually happening. A humanitarian crisis that could be described as genocide, if it were left to, allowing just our our community members crying and protests and reactions, it wouldn't have had that level of impact. So we are talking about burning issues that are affecting the society and the impact of technology. To me, technology has has had great impact on social development in our community because we are social beings. The impact of social media platforms that are available has gone a long way. People are having social groups that are formed online, and they have goals and objectives and they are driving them online. So I can see practically that social media has had the technology has had great impact. And in as much as it has had impacted the society and the social development, and positively, it has also had negative impact on the society too. So I think the presenter dwelled more on the positive impact. I want us to also discuss the negative impacts. I've also mentioned the positive impact, but there are a lot of negative impacts also. So can we discuss before we drop? I know that she touched on that, but this now is not for you, Elizabeth, it's for the entire class. Because presentations are meant for contributions. People are supposed to contribute so that it will enrich what you have done. I've made my own contribution, so I want the class to speak. I can see Chidima's hands up. Okay, Chidima is scheduled to present tomorrow. Okay, you can talk to us briefly. Be brief because we don't have all the time. We're trying to round up the class for today.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma. One of the negative impact of technology, I guess it's technology, on our social life is it has stopped us from really socializing with our fellow humans. Most of the things we do are superficial. It's more like there is an act, we are acting up something. Take for instance spouses. They stay in the same house but they don't talk. Everybody, the husband is on his phone, the wife is on her phone, and before you know it's 9, and before you know they say good night, everybody goes to bed. Nobody socializes anymore. We are more of they screen people more like the social beings that we are, and this in turn is taking away the bond we are supposed to share as humans, and it is affecting our relationship. Because if you don't discuss with people, if you don't socialize, because we are social humans, how then do we develop bonds? How then do we keep relationship moving? Most times you see partners drifting away. Why? Because they no longer socialize, they no longer bond, there's no discussion, there's no relationship as much. Some, the yearning for closeness leads to them being torn apart, and this affects their relationship, and our nature as man is not really fully actualized. I think that's one of the negative impact of technology on us as humans and
Yeah.
our social life.
Okay, thank you very much, Grace. Sorry, Chidima, thank you so much for that contribution. And let me also add that it's not only spouses, even children, parent relationship. And this also hinders intimacy. And we are social beings. So when you take away this social component, we are like human beings are reduced to robots, and there's no intimacy, there's no craving for company, because everybody have everything they need on their gadgets. So it's seeming that it's trying to eliminate the need for human relationships. People use technology for virtually everything, and trying to eliminate the need for one another, which the essence of our communal living is being eliminated. So I quite agree with you. All right, I can see Grace's hand up. Okay, Grace, your hand is up.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma, for the opportunity. Okay, it also brings about competition. Sometimes people get to see some things in the social media and they want to impress. So it makes them want to impress, and as a result, they can just go and do some things that is not within the law. For instance, it will lead to maybe quest of getting money. Somebody coming out with a flashy car, doing a video on social media, and then the person just feel, okay, this is my age mate. And if he's living this kind of luxury life, I think I can do something too. So the person can go into some activities, like we see rise in people being killed, parts being removed from their body, like women and all that. They call it Yahoo and Yahoo Plus. So this is what social media does, because people see a lot of life, and those life that is put in there, they are not the original. Most time they are not the original life of the people. They just put it out there for people to feel, okay, this is where they are. So it brings pressure to some people, and they feel they are not there yet. They are not doing enough. Maybe God has forgotten about them and all that too. It can lead to emotional issues and then some violence that would inflict on the human rights in the society. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. And Japheth's hand is up. Japhet. I think we take from Japhet, and we will be done after I wrapped up. Japhet, your hand is up.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity. I want to contribute on the negativity of technology on our social being. I think the much it has contributed to 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 the positive, to peaceful coexistence. It has endangered us to insecurity equally. With what the reference point we are giving, the situation that happened at Yeruata recently, with the aid of technology, people could equally be saved. But still yet, with the aid of technology, this act could be perpetuated unhindered, because somebody might be around that place who has monitored the movement of security agents around that place. And when they see a slight space. They could alert those persons who are to unleash terror at that place through a phone call. Simply, they can come at the time the security are on break. So it has aided us close the gap of reaching a far-ending endpoint, but to security, on the art of security, it prompts us into insecurity. And then even the research we have done now about how many most persons, the research we have done just now, with the aid of technology, most of us didn't go to the library to read books to gather this. And this act or the aid of technology is gradually erasing content study that people are supposed to make. You could easily go online and get resource materials and then develop a work that through you may not beat your chest to utter this work wholeheartedly for doing a satisfactory research. And more to it, the danger of it, as it has given us online banking, it is easy for somebody to sweep your account online equally as it is easy for you to do your savings online. It is quite easy for somebody to have advantage or have access into your account and then render you helpless. So those are the areas I want to contribute related to
Okay.
the activity of
All
technology.
right. Thank you, Jeffet. I considered yours the last, but I think I've seen Bashir Lawan's hand. Please, that should be the last contribution for the day, please.
Okay, Ma, thank you very much for the opportunity. And what I want to say is that there is one negative effect that technology brings in our society, that is job displacement. In a situation whereby there are jobs that maybe human beings can do, for now there are robots and all kind of artificial intelligence that can do it. So it's about job displacement. Thank you.
Okay. Are you with me?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. It's either that his
Yes,
network
ma'am.
has thrown.
Hello?
Yes, Bashiru.
Have you heard what I said?
Yes, partly. But
Okay.
the message is drawn from there.
Okay, are you hearing me now?
Take the
Yes.
topics I sent to the various
I
people.
heard your contribution.
Hello?
Yes. Who is speaking, please?
Hello, Ma.
Yes, we heard your contribution. At some point, I think NATO threw you out, but your contribution
Bashiru.
was substantially taken.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. So the people that are supposed to present tomorrow, I can see Ohinadosu around. I can see Ruth too around. I see Chidima around. And there's another Stella that was to present. I cannot see her, except if I'm making mistake. Okay, so please, can you
Abito Stella.
confirm the three of you that are available in the class? Can you confirm if you all
She's not
got your
around.
topics? And what are your topics on? Let me see who is presenting on what. First of all, Hinadosu, what are you presenting on? Are you around? Okay, Odu Joseph, can you run down who is presenting on
Sorry,
what? Let me.
network.
Yeah.
Hello.
What are you presenting on?
Discuss child abuse cases in Nigeria, in Nigerian society as a violation to constitutional rights of life.
Which abuse?
Child abuse.
Okay, child
Question
abuse.
4.
Okay, question 4. All right. So Chidima, which topic are you presenting on?
Okay, my question is question 2. Discuss marginalization of small groups as a violation of human rights, constitutional rights. Sorry.
Marginalization of is it
Is
vulnerable? You
yes,
say
it's
small?
vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Okay, vulnerable groups.
Yes.
Okay, so Ruth, you are here. What are you presenting on? Is Ruth
Discuss
around?
police brutality. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, police
Discuss police
brutality.
brutality as a violation of right of life in Nigeria.
Right to life, okay. Okay, so can you account, Joseph, can you account for, is Stella who? There's another Stella that was supposed to. Does somebody know her complete name? I just didn't pick the whole name yesterday. Okay, maybe Joseph is out. Anyway, I think we will conclude that on the platform. So people that
Stella
are
Ohenama.
no. Stella Ohena is present now. There's another
Okay.
one that was supposed to present. There were two different Stella, except if she entered with different devices.
Is it Stella Bito?
No, it's
I don't know.
Abito.
Yes,
Okay.
Abito. So I think she's one of the persons that was not allocated a topic, which the question then she's now supposed to have presented on the remaining topic.
No, I'm not hearing anything again from my own end. I don't know.
You are not hearing anything?
I can hear some.
Okay,
We
can
can
anybody
hear
hear
you,
me?
ma.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
ma, we can hear you. We can hear everyone.
Okay, I think basically I'm directing my discussion on people that are supposed to present tomorrow. So every other person has done a good presentation. So I think the people that are in the class, you are learning from what we are doing from, and you are here. The essence of being together is so that you will learn from others and you could see the input we are making on other people's presentations. So to enrich so that all of us can also learn. So for the Patricia, she's not around. Somebody should help me reach out to her. She will present tomorrow if she's available. And like I said, if she can forward her presentation ahead of time, put it on a platform, if she's actually part of the class. So I think for now we are done. So I want to make an appeal to the class if it's accepted. I'm appealing that we do our lecture tomorrow by 8, start by 8:30. Reason is that I'm preparing for my daughter's graduation on Saturday, and I don't want to stay on for so long because I have other running around to do. So if it's agreeable by the class, we could start the lecture from 8:30 so that I will finish on time and I'll be able to do other things. I don't know. Please, I need your responses on
It's
this.
okay by me, ma.
Accepted by me, ma.
Okay. Especially the people presenting. Can I hear your responses on this?
And sometimes, ma, when the morning time is not convenient by you, maybe at evening around 7, 8. If you're
Oh no.
still
7,
at
8 is
alert.
not a very good time. 7, 8 is people who are in church, others are doing family issues that don't want. So I wanted to get the responses, particularly from the 3 people that are here who have not
It's
yet
okay. Otherwise,
presented.
Okay, man. 8 is okay, man.
8:30.
it's okay.
Okay, it's okay, man. Oh, in
It's
Stella,
okay, ma.
Okay. Okay, so please let's just bear with one another. So I don't want to eat into the day. I have critical preparations, and I will be going out of town on Saturday. So I wouldn't want to stay on till the end of the day. So just get yourself prepared. 15 minutes at
Yes,
most. Don't exceed 15 minutes, please, in your presentation. Somebody that is in touch with Patricia, let her know that her presentation is pending and she should do everything to present tomorrow and send her presentation ahead of time. So I think we call it a day at this point. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, ma. God bless you, ma.
thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank
Joseph, don't rush ending this meeting today.
Why now? Are you sending chicken to us, Mr. Japheth?
This
Are
woman,
you
do you have a
sending
poultry farm? Do you have
peppered
a poultry?
chicken to us? And bush meat from Benue State.
That all of those things will be on physical, not now.
Okay, no
Joseph, how
problem. We
far
are
now?
coming
Have we
now.
agreed on this?
All right,
We're
bye-bye.
talking about agreeing on this proposal for us to be meeting for study classes at the university